So I was kind of saving this topic maybe for another time when maybe I was deeper into the series or finished writing more than I've written so far. But I don't know. I feel like I want to say something about this now. Maybe I'll circle back to it later. And it's the whole oh, my music just started playing. You might hear lovely music in the background. My interweb is being intermittent. So I don't know. I just started playing. So that's awesome. It's a beautiful album. I think I'll put this album as like a suggestion for listening, your listening pleasure as you read my books as a soundtrack. Anyway, so getting back to my point, I was thinking about saving this topic for later because when I'm finished writing more of the book, but not just more of the book, like just generally speaking, but more of these scenes of these ceremonial scenes. And the ceremonial scenes are meant to be like borderline or maybe full on experiential. And and ceremony and just acknowledging the sacredness and the reverence, having reverence for and respect for, I guess, certain things we do or roles we take on, ways we express, like encouraging the things that we encourage, the wisdom that can come up, from holding a space of community for people who are maybe healing or preparing for something big like motherhood, fatherhood. I know a role is a role, and it's not who we are, but it is part of how we experience love. And so we don't define ourselves. I mean, for me, letting go of roles and, really locking into my beingness without the expectations of a role, I think is important for in some respects. But I also think that the connection to what you're expressing here in this world, what you're bringing to this creation of what we're living in, our matrix, like the mama. Matrix isn't a bad thing. It just means that it's the womb of the container of what we're experiencing. And so we come in and out of that womb through these hero's journeys or these explorations of our genius, of the masculine, kind of linear coming out, the yang energy into the world and then coming back into this mama matrix. And with every time we do that, we expand that container. But the container is important. It's important so that we can actually have the experience itself, so that we can integrate it, so we can sit with it and be with it. The point is, though, is that we realize that that's what it is, but it doesn't mean it's all that can be. So those two things are very important. And I understand also that detachment from, our roles is important if we are caught up with being something that if it's limiting us. But if it is adding to us and enriching us and allowing us to feel what it means to be purposeful and to create, I'm all for it. So these ceremonies in my books, they are, why did the word delicate flit upon my mind? Maybe they are. It's this music, I think. It just puts me into this lovely, enchanted space of flow and beauty. And I almost like lose my words when I'm listening. At the same time as like really wanting to express what that feeling is. So I'm inviting the words to bubble forth, to flow through. Anyway, okay. So we have these ceremonies peppered throughout the book. I'm writing these, and some of the ceremonies are healing for couples, like for people who couple up, who are have decided to be partners or want to reconnect and come back together. And some of them are mother-daughter, father-daughter, mother-son, father-son. Some of them are in chorus, in a big, boisterous sort of, like space with high ceilings and buttresses and a choir of singing. And some of them are quiet and contemplative, just a going in and just being present is all it takes. And some of them are scenes of dance, like the sun dance that you'll see woven through all of the books in different perspectives from different people who have participated. And that sun dance is the men. And there are scenes with the moon and sun and with children coming of age, crossing the Rubicon, or this individuation without separation. It's not separation. It's individuation. It's another aspect of the whole community. And there are scenes of, preparation for motherhood, of ceremony that happens after birth to welcome babies, naming ceremonies. There's a ceremony that sees the envoys off into the Western realm. There's one that this is what actually the catalyst or the inspiration for this entry, this blog entry, was a ceremony for a father preparing for the birth of his first child. And I think we need more ceremonies like this, or at least pauses to be present with the gravity of what this is, what these things mean. And weddings are not about pomp and ceremony and, and I don't mean ceremony in the way I was talking about, but I mean as far as like rigidity, where it's lost its meaning, where it's become an acting without the soul, without the meaning, without why are we doing this? So we get to be legally married, so that we can have this piece of paper that says, yes, you have permission, or yes, you have dominion, or yes, you have ownership. A ceremony like that is all in. There's a deeper level to that. And so the ceremonies that happen throughout the books are that. They're a connection that is beyond any sort of like illusion, falsity, inauthenticity, just going through the motions, So, yeah, this is what ceremony really is. That's the purpose of it. It's like when we discuss religion and spirituality, and how often, spiritual practices, sometimes the motions are gone through. It's like meditating even. So you go through the motions, but where is the experience? Where is the purpose of it? And a lot of times we've lost that because we're told what we should do and how we should do it, instead of feeling through what we just authentically want or what can connect us. So we're preparing for these roles, and we're seeing the sacred nature of fatherhood, couplehood, motherhood, childhood, growing up, whatever that means. It doesn't mean losing play. It means expanding your sphere of awareness, shifting it into something else. Death as well. So there's ceremonies around that as well, and letting go and moving on and change and challenge. If we just stop like like just to pause in that moment, like the beauty is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And the only way to describe that is through beauty. Seeing the beauty, you feel the love. And you heal the wounds. And you build the bridges.